We all know Family Guy, the hit adult cartoon show thing on Fox. It has been on for 2 seasons. Holy farts, this show has been on for 25 years? My life, where has it gone? Normally when I draw these cartoons, I say I'm ruining them, but I think in this case we can all agree I will be making it better. Slightly. So I'm gonna draw Peter, Stewie, and the whole gang in my dumb cartoony style, so let's just get right to it. Hey Subbug! Like and subscribe now! Give Fritter the energy with the subs and the likes and the bell icons, and I will make more videos like this until the end of time! Don't think I'm serious? Try me. I love drawing serious or ugly cartoons in my dumb art style, like here, so make sure you check these videos out after. Oh my word, enough yapping, let's just go draw! Alright, first drawing some Peter Griffin. So Family Guy is a show that everyone loves to hate. Is it still that way? I don't know, when it came out, man, it was just trashed. And then it got like super popular, but the design sure didn't. But it's weird drawing them because like, I don't really hate it. Yeah, they're ugly looking and everything, but they do strangely follow some cartooning principles. Principles that I go over all the time on this channel. So what am I talking about? Yeah, there are like shapes to pull from, like Peter's head. I don't really hate it. Like it kind of works. Another thing too is that the show is so old that maybe I've just accepted it by now. Maybe I don't really care. I mean, we're all used to it, but when it first came out, yeah, everyone was just like, this is the worst looking thing ever. I think people were also comparing it to The Simpsons, of course, and The Simpsons, yeah, it's not like this beautiful looking show, but The Simpsons always had like kind of a cool, like, you know, indie comic look to it. I don't know, Family Guy just looked gross, always. And the thing is too, like Seth MacFarlane, like he worked at Hanna-Barbera, which is the early days of Cartoon Network, and he was working alongside some really talented people. I don't think he was working there when he made Family Guy, but Family Guy I think came after that. You know, when he did his other pilots, what was it, Larry and Steve, I think, which is like kind of the same characters from Family Guy. Yeah, he was working alongside some really talented people, and I guess it just didn't rub off on him. And I've always assumed he was more of a writer than an animator or a cartoonist, and just doing the animation was just a vehicle for him. It was just a way to get his, literally, his voice onto the screen. And the humor of the show, I actually find funny. I think I've only watched the first season, maybe, so I'm very, very, very far behind, but if I watch a clip or if I watch like a gag or whatever, I do laugh. But to make it through a whole episode, it can be kind of difficult. But there are funny moments, I guess I could say. Alright, so we got Lois here. And yeah, Lois, I mean, she has that nose of hers. She strangely has like a very human-ish, a humanly proportioned body. A correctly humanly proportioned body, if that makes sense. And yeah, she has that nose, so I just always try to find the features that I can exaggerate, and that nose is definitely something I'm gonna push a lot when I draw her. And again, the shapes are kind of there. Like, it's halfway there. I guess maybe that is what's so frustrating about these designs, is that in the right hands, they could have been good. It could have been a good-looking show. And then, of course, the question arises, does it need to be super cartoony? Does a show like Family Guy that is writer-driven, it is a sitcom, I don't think there's a lot of ad-libbing going on. It's not, there's probably like 100 writers working on the show. Does it need to be like Ren and Stimpy or Looney Tunes? Does it need to go crazy and have do the characters need to do lots of takes and cartoony things? No, probably not. I mean, not for the style of the show, right? So it all kind of works out in the end. And then we got Chris. Oh man, by the way, like all the characters, man, I never even noticed it before drawing this video, but all the characters have very boring names. Whether you're an animal or a human, it's Chris, Peter, Stu. I guess Stewie is like the most exciting name. Quagmire, that's the most exciting name. So Chris is kind of fun to draw because he's like a sloppy teenager. You know, maybe giving him a little bit, like some zits or some like a bad teenage mustache or something. also think Family Guy. I think the voices are funny. I hate to say that. It's Seth MacFarlane doing most of them, and I think, yes, everyone has come to hate him by now. When I was looking at some clips for drawing all this, I was like, yeah, the voices are actually funny. I think we're all just sick of them by now. One thing about Family Guy that I don't think gets enough, maybe, praise is the timing. They do a lot of stupid timing on the show. Things will happen very quickly or very long, and I think that's another thing that people hate on the show. You know, I think the classic clip is when Peter falls and he's just holding his knee and just crying for 3 minutes. I'm sorry, but that stuff is funny. I'm not saying I would do it for my own stuff, but I can always appreciate funny timing no matter where it comes from. It might be the unpopular opinion here, but whatever. We got some Meg here. Yeah, I kind of like Meg's head shape. I tried pushing making her hat all one of her head shape. I thought that'd be cool. Alright, we got everyone's favorite here, Stewie. Is Stewie, I don't know, when... Man, Stewie became, iconic in a way. It's crazy. I guess we're way past that point, and now I'm just kind of reminiscing. Or, in disbelief. Wow, I can't believe Stewie became this popular. This character was freaking everywhere. On every shirt, posters, whatever. And I guess he started out as, that one joke of him just wanting to take out his mom, but... Let me know down below in the comments if the show is any good in its whatever season this is coming. I don't know, is this 54th season? Let me know. Yeah, and Stewie's head shape is fun to draw. It's fun to make him cartoony. The characters are very, very simple. There's not a lot of, when I did my Arcane video, if you haven't seen that, check it out. That was very difficult for me to draw in my style because the characters are so different than the way I draw. But Family Guy, it's easy to break them down because they're so simple. So to draw them in my style, I just have to look at them and just do it. There's not a lot of thought process at all. No, there is, but there's always a thought process when you do these things. But it didn't take long to find the characters and to find what makes them, I guess, iconic. I don't want to say appealing because they're not. Yeah, Brian, probably my least favorite to draw. There's really just nothing to him. Again, this is a very, very writer-driven show, so it's all voice, especially Brian. He doesn't have a lot of expressions. I would say all the characters don't have a lot of expressions. So I tried to make him a little bit goofier than what he is probably on this show. But one thing I always try to do when I make these videos is to make sure the character not only looks like the character somewhat, but also feels like the character. The personality is still there. So with Brian right here, I'm kind of breaking it a little bit, just to make it a little bit more exciting. Alright, now we're going to hit some of Peter's friends here. So we got Cleveland, who I believe had his own show at some point. I believe that was probably the first and only Family Guy spinoff. I don't think American Dad was a spinoff, right? I don't think so. Ugh, that show I just could not. I remember trying to watch that. That I could not get into. So Family Guy, I don't know. There's something there I could get into. Quagmire, everyone's favorite Quagmire. I don't know what to say about him, but he comes across as a creepy man. Yeah, and these head shapes, I don't know what the deal is. Like, everyone has a weird chin. I feel like when they got to designing Quagmire, it was like, I don't even know what to do anymore. We already did the butt chin. We did the no butt chin. I know, we'll do the just make a whole head the butt chin. I have no idea what the thinking is. And then there's this character. I don't know. I think everyone, yeah, everyone gets this guy. Alright, let's do the speed paint with Stewie versus Lois. If anyone hasn't seen one of my speed paints before, you'll know that I do them pretty quickly. And again, with these characters being so simple, again, there's not a lot of like, I have to really figure out how to draw this. I really have to figure out how to push this. No, it all kind of just works out. It's rather nice. So the painting in this goes by pretty quickly. And I just pull in like a JPEG of Stewie there and Lois just to pull their colors in. I went a little bit darker with Lois than I probably should have. You'll see I start to do some cool lighting with this later. My style, if you watch my other videos, you've heard me say this before, but yeah, I try to draw like, or I try to paint like little golden books from like the 1960s. Like I try to emulate gouache. So I want it to be gritty. I don't want it to be clean. And put a little bit of kind of wacky perspective in here with Stewie kind of hovering over Lois. I went back and forth on giving him that tooth, just one tooth. I was too lazy to go and look and see, does Stewie actually have teeth? I don't think so. I'm sure there's an episode about it. So I just thought it'd be funny just to give him one tooth and not a whole mouth of teeth. Or a whole mouth of no teeth. I'm kind of 50-50 on the one tooth in the middle like that. But I kept it in there. Whatever. It makes the painting a little bit interesting. So once I lay down all the blocking for the color, then I start to go in with the texture. And the texture is that rough kind of gritty, usually like a darker color I put on top of the characters. And now I'm already starting the BG. I got the fire in the back. I changed the perspective of the fire a little bit from my rough drawing. I wanted to go angle more towards up Stewie. Just giving him a little bit of light behind him just to make him pop a little bit. And then we'll give them like a little bit of like yellow highlights going around just to kind of give them a little bit of, yeah, light from that fire. I usually don't do anything this fancy in my painting, so... I play around a lot too with the different brushes. I have like brushes that look like sponges, which are really cool. Alright, here we go, the final painting. Stewie versus Lois. Man, that's annoying. So, what y'all think about Family Guy and my art style? Please don't tell me I made it worse or I'll cry. Nah, you can't make me cry. Oh, why did I just say that? So, click all the buttons down below, the good ones, and I'll see you next time, my fancy fellow followers.